This strand is private collection number 5. And that is the biggest one of all, the one that goes to 19.9 millimeters in the center.
Let us know if you have any questions about this particular strand, and we'll be happy to answer them for you.
Private collection number 4. You were talking about Orient, Daphne. This is where we start to step into a bit more Orient. And the difference between this strand and the last strand, it's got a bit higher luster. And when I say a bit higher luster, we call the other one an 8 out of 10, which is about 80%. This is at 90%. And I'll put these side by side close up in a moment so you can kind of see it. But this is white with rose. The size is 18.1 millimeters in the center, with a 9 of 10 luster and a spot level 0 to 2 throughout the strand. So this is when you're starting to get into just about as high quality as you can get. And this is the first strand, and this is the second strand. The Orient starts to show quite a bit more in this strand. You're starting to see the silvers, you're starting to see the roses, and one thing that's unmistakable is you can see the lights all around us. You can see my reflection in there. You can see it is just about mirror.
The luster, you could really see it against the black dress. It is definitely a showstopper.
Let's drop the lights down to like a cocktail evening hour with this. Yeah.
So you'll start to see that kind of that glow, the inner glow that Jeremy's been referring to about the Orient. Beautiful luster, the glow. It's very well matched, perfectly round.
Now we're going to start getting into what we consider the crazy ones.
Crazy good, crazy gorgeous.
This strand is 16 to 18.8 millimeters. The color is silver rose. The spot level is 0 to 0.5, which means you really can't find any spots on this, even under close examination. It really is about as perfect as it gets. The luster is set at 9.5 out of 10, and the silver rose is quite strong.
When the luster and the surface is this beautiful and amazing, it doesn't matter what skin tone the person is, it just glows on every skin tone. It's a showstopper for anybody, male or female, wearing it. It's a glowing, I get to glow by wearing this strand.
The light reflections, all the fuzziness is gone. See that right there? The fuzziness is gone. Instead, what you're left with is really just a perfect reflection. And the crazy thing is we've got a strand that's even better than this. And this is by far like one of the best strands I've ever seen in my life. Now, this one's the creme de la creme. This one is about as special as it gets. And the Orient is just screaming out of them, which you'll see in some of the other lighting here really clearly in just a moment. And as you've got them side by side, the difference between a 9.5 luster and a 10. You almost can't perceive the difference until you set them side by side. And you realize when you look at this pearl, for example, that it's almost taking a picture of everything behind us. There's no fuzziness at all around the light. It is perfectly, perfectly clear and perfectly clean. As good as it gets. So this particular strand is going on sale in New York at the end of the summer for $1,500,000. $584,000. It is 16 to 18.8 millimeters. So this strand is private collection number 1 on the website. It's available for the next 2 weeks for $1.188 million, a savings of $396,000. So we started out with a fine strand of white South Sea pearls. But I want you to see how far we've gone in terms of quality. The strand is screaming orient. You can see the pink coming through, you can see the silver coming through, but you don't see any silver body color, you don't see any pink body color. It's all orient that's coming through this strand. And this other strand, the 14 to 17 millimeter strand, a fine strand of South Sea pearls, looks almost dull in comparison. The two strands, surface level, almost identical. This one's clean. This one has a little bit of blemishing here and there. Shape, almost identical. This one has round to slightly off round, but this one is perfectly round. But the difference in value, $25,000, $1.5 million. Finding an earring match it's like a needle in a haystack. I mean, not only do you need the same quality, you need the same size, you need the same luster, you need the same color, and we're talking big. So this particular pair, the pearls are 17.1 millimeter, and the orient is just out of this world. If you can see it, you'll be able to see under the other ones a lot better. So as I'm lifting this pair, you can see the silver start to move. You can see the rose start to move. You can see that depending on the angle I'm holding it at, you can't tell if it's a silver rose or if it's a silver pink or if it's just a silver. And this is the amazing thing. This pair actually matches both of these strands. The silver rose, you can see the silver rose. The white pink, you can see the white and the white pink because they match via orient. So you've got two strands that match via orient of one pair of earrings.